जरि गौरांग नाहित तबे की हईत के मने धरित दे राधार महिमा प्रेम रस सीमा जगत जानत के जगत जानत जरि गौरांग नाहित तबे की हईत के मने धरित दे चातुरी सारा वरजा जुवती भावेर भगती वरजा शकति होई तो गौरंगेर गुण सरल होइल मन ए भव सागरे ए मन दयाल ए भव सागरे ए मन दयाल ना देखिते गजन ना देखिते गजन गौरांग नाहित तबे की हईत के मने धरित दे गौरांग बोलिया नागेनु गालिया के मने धरित दे नरहरि हिया आशा न दिया नरहरि हिया आशा न दिया के मने गड़ियाछे के मने गड़ियाछे गौरांग नाहित तबे की हईत के मने धरित दे This slok written by an unknown Vaishnava speaks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a kind of clandestine way, unclear about who he's speaking about, but if you hear the qualities, you can tell. Namostu Nama Rupaya. I bow down to the very form of the name. Namostu Nama Jalpini. Pranam, who are uttering name, Jalpini. Namostu Nama Shuddhaya. Oh, I chant about to him who's the form of pure Nam, Shuddha Nam. Namostu Nama Shuddhaya. No, Namo Nama Mayaya, whose very form is the name. He has appeared to give the names, so he himself is, but actually non-different. He is the name personified. There are so many in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line. You can see how much a great effect Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had on his on the society. You see how many glorifications of him there are in the Gaudiya Vaishnava literature. This one, Radha Bhava Vipurnam Braja Rasa Dayanod Bhuta Gurnam Suturnam Nrityantam Bhakta Madhye Nirupamadure Kirtane Krishna Nam Nam Parshantam Prema Sindhum Paramakarunaya Plavayantam Trilokim Vandetam Devachura Manimatalarasa Vishna Chaitanya Chandram. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prema Avishta, wholly absorbed in prema. Braja Rasa Dayanod is drinking the ambrosia of Braja Rasa. Dayanod Bhuta Gurnam Suturnam, and spinning, dancing in a circle very swiftly. Gurnam Nrityantam Bhaktavadi, dancing in the midst of his associates. Paramakarunaya, out of extreme magnanimity. Plavayantam Trilokim, he's inundating the three worlds. Brajarasana Bhuta Gurnam Sutur Nrityantam Bhattamadde Nirupamadure, is singing with extreme sweetness. Radha Nirupamadure Bhuta Gurnam Sutur Nrityantam Bhaktamadde Nirupamadure Kirtane Krishna Nam Nam Varshantam Prema Sindhu. His tears, as we see, dancing in front of Jagannath's cart, are inundating the three worlds. Plavayantam Trilokim Vandetam Devachura Manimalarata Vishna Chaitanya Chandra. I bow down to him. Anarpaticharim Chirat Kuranayavati Nakala Samarpayatam Annatochalarasam Sabakti Shriyam Hari Purita Sundara Duti Kadambatam Deepitaha Sada Hridaya Kandare Spurutu Vaha Shachi Nandaraha. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from my perspective, as the most suitable person to come at this age, in the age of Kali. It's such a dark age that it's practically pitch black. It's very hard to see any really optimistic approach to this age. So he's come very fitting golden color, Gauranga, dark contrast to this age. So it is very suitable and appropriate that we should try to present his message to our humble ability. I'm certainly very minute and insignificant. And to present what he's actually given, which is so great, so full of magnanimity, Mahabaranyaya avatar, it is practically impossible. But as our Gurudev said, that impossible is a word in the Fool's Dictionary, and which he proved to be a fact that if a person is surrendered, then they can make the impossible possible. To give this message is a very great challenge. But he actually made so very simple. Yare deke tara kaha Krishna upadesh amaragya guru hayatare desh. Whoever you meet, you ever see, speak to them the message, signs of Krishna. Yare deke tara kaha Krishna upadesh amaragya, become a guru and deliver this world. And since his perspective was that Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, Shudra Kene Noi, Ye Krishna Tatta Veta, Se Guru Hai, whatever one may be, whether a Chandala, a Vipra, a Brahmin, then one has the qualification simply to speak. If one speaks the message he has given, then one becomes a guru. Not that we have any qualification or capacity, but if we can simply, according to our minute ability, whatever it may be, then that will be very effective and powerful. It's a very nice verse in the Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad. Says in his Sri Chaitanya Chandramrita. How does it go? Dharma sprishta satata parama vishta evatya dharne drishtim prapto nahi khalu satam shrishti shukapi no san yad datta shri Hari Rasasuda Swada Matta Pranitya Tuchar Gayat Atavalutiti Stomitam Kancharisha. I offer my pranam to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even a person who is Dharma Sprishta Satata Parama Vishta, untouched by the Dharma, by the reality of Dharma for so many aeons. Satata Parama Vishta Evatta Dharma, and absorbed in Adharma. Drishyam Prapto Nahi Kalu Satam Shrishti Shukapi, has not ever had the fortune to see a pure devotee. So so many aeons. Drishtam prapto nahi kalo satam shrishti shukwapi nos yat datta shri hari rasu sudha. By his bestowing of this nectarian mellows of devotion, swada matta pranitya, he dances intoxicated. Swada matta Jayagaya at the velutity, and then rolls on the ground. So, has there ever been any person who, or any process which was given at any time by any acharya, any avatar, which is so simple and nectarian? There's never been such a process, so we can conclude that it must be extremely attractive to everyone in all lands, all countries, all groups of people that exist in the world. There's no one who is not really suitable for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, because it's extremely attractive. It's so attractive that Krishna himself, we read in the beginning of Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Krishna himself, he is being attracted by these nectarian qualities of becoming a devotee. He himself accepted that role and spread the message of Mahaprabhu, of himself, throughout the world. But we shouldn't be put off by the fact that Kali Yuga appears so intimidating, terrible, that how we can even think of making any headway within the catastrophe of Kali Yuga. But the main thing for all this to be successful is one principle. Not praying, because praying is, none of us have praying. But there is one, if we have one iota of praying, one tiny fragment of praying, which is known as Shraddha, this firm faith that simply by serving Sri Krishna, all material hindrances, all difficulties will be eradicated without any difficulty. So if we can, I'm saying this, but where is my Shraddha? I had no Shraddha. But we have some slight desire that somehow or other I may attain this prema. Krishna, and pray for that. And Krishna, who is reciprocal, yeyatamam prapadyante tamstatayava bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvaja. He is very reciprocal. If we cultivate this prema, Krishna, bhakti anushilanam, then he will certainly reciprocate with us and give us the potency to overcome this terrible age of Kali. So I am not very eloquent or knowledgeable. I just pray for myself and for us. Us all, we can try to develop this inner strength by, first of all, since Mahaprabhu, although his goal was not to give Shraddha, his goal was to give prema. But if we have that sincere aspiration to attain the Shraddha, then our desires will be fulfilled. So, excuse me for my inability to speak very much. Jai Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shubha Avirvav Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur.
Vedanti Maharaj is supposed to also come. Vedanti Maharaj is also supposed to come. Vedanti Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Shastabhideyam Udgatya Shuddha Bhakti Nirupita Sri Chaitanya Gyayena Banditam Rupa Samgyakam. Namo Mahabharanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurakushe Namaha. Anarpita Charim Charat Karunayavati Nakalo Samarpayatu Munato Jalarasam Sabhakti Shriyam Haripurata Sundara Bhuti Kadamba Sandipita Sadaridiya Kandare Spurtu Vaksha Chinandana Hridaya Kandare Spurtu Naksha Chinandana. Hey Krishna Karna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranami Hari Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvai Vina Iti Vigyaya Devi Tvam Nayamam Charanantikam Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charanantikam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudhi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Bhaktya Vihina Aparara Lakshai Shiptas Chikamarita Rangamaje Kripa Maitvam Sharanam Prapana Vinde Namaste Charana Vinda. So first I offer my innumerable prostrated obeisances to my Harinam in Diksha Guru Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Srila Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. The same innumerable prostrated obeisances to my Shiksha Gurus Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Raka Kashida Goswami Maharaj. And the same innumerable prostrated obeisances to our beloved Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Srila Bhaktivinoda Goswami Maharaj. To all our Rupanuga Guru Varga, and to all the Vaishnavas and all the Vaishnavis present, my humble obeisances. So, there's so much we can speak about Gauranga. Infinite. His name is infinite. His rupa is infinite. His qualities are infinite. Huh? What can I say? I'm finite. Maybe I should end here. But as you can speak, maybe I can end here. Srila Sridhar Maharaj once pointed out, when you're talking about, when you want to say the ocean is infinite, where are you going to point to? So you can point anywhere like that. So, So same thing with the Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So I figured I would actually say so many mysterious things about Gauranga. He should actually, just like Krishna's birth is very mysterious, then Gauranga's birth should be very mysterious also. He's Krishna, he's Radha Krishna combined. So he should be actually very mysterious. So I was looking at, and I was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very beautiful chapter. Prabhupada's purports are incredible. But in there, he points out this one verse. They usually start out with, from Bhagavad Gita, the verse Yada Yada Hidharma Sa Glanir Bhavati Bharata. They usually start off with this verse here. Whenever there is a decline of your religion, then he descends. Krishna himself personally, he'll descend. So they usually start off like that. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it talks about, I came to the verse where when Gauranga appeared, what was the time? How is it? It's stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, I'll read the verse. It's Choda Shata Choy Shake Mag Mase Jagana Shachir Dehi Krishna Pravesha. So it says that in the month of January, in the year 1406 of the Shaka era, which is equivalent to 1485, in the month of Falgun. But here, Prabhupada is saying, but here we see that he entered the bodies of his parents in the year 1406. How's this? Very mysterious. In the month of January, in the year 1406. Yeah. In the month of Falgun. February. Yeah.
And then he appeared to his parents. He appeared to his parents later than that.
But he said he entered his body of his parents, and he's saying this. It's very mysterious here. I'll show you what Prabhupada says here. He makes this thing, because actually the common birth of a child, he stays in the womb for 9 months. So if you take the time that Mahaprabhu stayed in the womb of his parents, it's 13 months. Very mysterious. So not an ordinary birth. 13 months. But we see other instances too, like they say that Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb for how many years? 60,000 years or something like that. So many years. Shukadev Goswami, like that. So very mysterious. But Prabhupada writes a really beautiful purport here. He says, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his birth in the year 1407, Shaka era, it's 1486, in the month of Falgun. But here we see that he entered the bodies of his parents in the year 1406 in the month of Magh. Magh is January, like that, the cold months. Magh Masa. So therefore the Lord entered the bodies of his parents 13 full months before his birth. Generally, a common child remains within the womb of his mother for 10 lunar months. But here we see that the Lord remained within the body of his mother for 13 lunar months. Mysterious. There, I remember when I was with Srila Sridhar Maharaj on the 500th anniversary of the appearance of Srila Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and there was this, differences between when ISKCON was having their festival and the Gaudiya Math was having their festival, like that. So this came up when he appeared, you know, like that. So anyway, that was one of the points I made. And then I looked at the thing and I said, okay. Another mysterious thing is that he's Krishna. Who is Krishna? He is Swayam Rupa, Bhagavan Krishna. Ete chamcha kalapum sam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So this is Bhagavan, Swayam Bhagavan. So in the verse that Gurudev used to chant and explain all the time, Anarpita Charim Charat, Karanamya Tirnago, he used to explain this, but he never went through the Anarpita. So some people say he appeared in what he came to offer, he didn't offer it for a long time. Anarpita Charim Charat, right? So if you look at the thing, actually, and see, this is Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. What he came to offer was never given before. Not just for a long time, but it says here, they translate it in a general definition, for a long time. So how can you say that it's never been given before? So how can we say that?
Because it hasn't been given for a day or a month, which is like...
No, that's not. He said that this is a scheduled time. This is the scheduled time. He appeared at the scheduled time. But he can appear at any time, at his own free will. So what he came to give, this Manjari Bhav, this was never given before. It was never given before because Krishna himself, he came and gave it. You follow me?
But then what did he give last time he came as Mahaprabhu at the scheduled time?
He gave, it's actually stated in many places, he gave ordinary name.
Even as Mahaprabhu?
Yeah, even Mahaprabhu. Different Kali Yugas.
Ordinary, like not nam.
Not nam prem. This is stated, Shiva Maharaj mentioned it also in one of his books. So what he came to give was never given before. And the point is only Swayam Rupa Bhagavan Krishna can give this particular nam that we're getting right now. And Prabhupada actually, in the purport, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he makes his point very clearly. If you read the purport and understand what he says in this Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharata, very interesting. So we can see that, you know, Prabhupada was definitely a Raganuga, Rupanuga Vaishnava by his purports, if you go deep into his purport. So in the Bhagavad Gita, in this particular verse, he says, whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. So he says in this verse, Sujami, remember the verse, the word Sujami? Abhiyutta nama dharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham, Sujami. So what does Sujami mean? He says, the word Sujami is significant here. Sujami cannot be used in the sense of creation. Because according to the previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form or body, since all of the forms are eternally existent. You follow that? You follow it? So what he's coming to give, it's never been given before. Huh? He's coming at a scheduled time. At the scheduled time he's coming. But what he's given has never been given before because it's Swayam Rupa Bhagavan Krishna. So in this saying, why is he called Avatar then? He's Avatari, the Amshi. He's the source of all the avatars. So then why is he called Avatar, Golden Avatar? Why would you say he's called a Golden Avatar? Why is he called Avatar? Avatar. Why is he called Avatar? It's right there, Shijami Aham. He appears. He appears at his own free will. Simultaneously, it's on a scheduled time, but it's his own free will. He can appear at any time. So it's saying he's not born like an ordinary personality, like that. So it's never been given before. What he's came to give, you can't get anything but Swayam Bhagavan. You can't go beyond that. Swayam Rupa Bhagavan. There's Swayam Rupa Bhagavan, and there's Swayam Rupa. You know who Swayam Rupa is Srimati Radhika. So Radha and Krishna, this time, Radha Govinda came together, Malikadi came together and to give this prema. Are you following me? Anarpita Charimcha. So he says, therefore Sri Jami means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. As he is means Swayam Rupa Bhagavan. Bhagavan, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So he says, although the Lord appears on schedule, like in this chapter in the Bhagavatam is a scheduled avatar, scheduled incarnations, namely at the end of Dwapara Yuga, on the 28th millennium of the 8th Manu in one day of Brahma, still he has no obligation to adhere to such rules and regulations, because he is completely free to act in many ways at his will. He therefore appears by his own will whenever there is a predominance of irreligiosity and a disappearance of true religion. So Prabhupada goes on and explains that. It's a very nice, actually, purport. Read it. Bhagavad Gita. It's really important. He goes on and talks about, he quotes this one verse called Dharman tu sakshat bhagavat pranitan. That verse there is the first line of it, when the Vishnu Dutas and the Yamadutas were arguing about taking Ajamil. And the Yamadutas, they were saying that according to religious principles, he's broken every practically religious principle in the book. So we were here to take him. And the Vishnu Dutas says, no, you don't understand that actually the Vishnu Dutas, Vishnu Dutas are Vaishnavas also. They're beautiful, they have a body just like as beautiful as the Lord. So they quote this verse that no, religion is made directly by the Supreme Lord. So that's where religion comes, real religious principles. So it goes deeper into this, and in the sense that, okay, the Lord appeared like that to give this, but where did he appear? Where did he appear? He appeared in Mayapur, but then all of a sudden you get the controversy, right? There's a controversy, just like other controversy of Krishna, he appeared in Mathura, or Krishna, he appeared in Gokul. Practically speaking, many ISKCON devotees, they don't agree that Krishna appeared in Gokul. You know, they'll keep saying Mathura, Mathura. The same thing in Navadvip. They are arguing. There's a split. You know the split, right? Does everybody know the split? No?
Isn't it mainly between Gaudiya Vaishnavas in the line of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur? They're not confused. And other Gaudiyas, they say the Western Bank of the Gaudiya.
The amazing thing was is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's guru was Vipin Bihari Goswami. And he took the side of the Goswamis. The Goswamis said that he appeared in Rudrapur, which is the side where you pass Navadvip and go to the end, and there's a temple there. I think it's called Ramachandrapur. This is called that area right there. They built the mat there. And the other one, they were across the river, is Mayapur, and it's next to, Kashi, and it's all like decked out by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, where he appeared. So they had to actually even go to court to debate where did he appear? You know? So they debated, and then finally they settled it by saying, okay, this is Prachin Mayapur, old Mayapur, and this is new Mayapur. And stop fighting. So they settled like that. So some people still believe that. If you go to this temple along at the end in Rudradweep there, you go to it where it's split, Rudradweep, and you'll see there's a temple there, and they still think he appeared there. So the controversy there where he appeared. So that's how mysterious even the birth of Gauranga is. So in that, and so like I was saying, the Vishnu Dutas and the Yama Dutas were quarreling over to take Ajamil. What kind of name? How can he chant this one name and he can be taken, you know, by the Vishnu Dutas? He's ours. According to religious principles, he's broke everything he could. He's the center. So then the Vishnu Duta says no. He says he chanted the name Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. And 4 Vishnu Dutas appeared. And they said, no, you're not taking him. He's our man. It's like that. So what did he chant? He chanted, he didn't chant, actually, just like Jaganmaya, Madaya, how were they saved? The same thing. What did he chant? He was chanting Namabas. He wasn't chanting Namaparat. That's how powerful the name is. But you see what Mahaprabhu came to give with the name, what type of name he gave? Frame. And it gives liberation. When you actually see that there are three primary forms of Krishna. There's Nrsimha, Ramachandra, and there's Krishna. These are called Paravasta. They have all 3 of these. They have fully the 6 powers. They're fully empowered. So, first in this whole sequence is given in Bhagavatamrita. It talks about how Krishna, he can only give the pure name to give liberation. Like Nrsimhadev. What did he give? Why wasn't, when he killed Hiranyakashipu, why didn't Hiranyakashipu go back home? He was liberated. He was killed by Nrsimhadev. Why wasn't he liberated? He wasn't absorbed in the name. He was always thinking, he was envious. He wasn't actually completely absorbed. He was infected by Rajaguna, Raja's passion. Yeah, he was inimical, envious. So then, what happened? They say that he, Hare Krishna. So, anyways, I'll try to speak very loud. Then it says that what he gave, he merged into, he got Sohyuja. What kind of Sohyuja did he get? He didn't merge into the Brahmajyota. He merged into the body of Krishna. But he didn't get liberation. So that this word Sohyuja can be also, it can mean in relation to the Lord. You see?
So why did Bhutana get liberation when she was in Nimako?
That was a part of the Leela. She was actually playing that Leela. There's a long story behind that.
He treated her like...
And also Gurudev said that is negative bhajan. That was negative. When you think about the liberation of Putana like that, it's getting rid of our narthas. Putin was the original manifestation of Guru like that. She got the thing as a nursemaid. Yeah. But then again, it goes, the story is like, so he merges into the body of Krishna. And then what happens? he takes the appearance of who? Ravan. Then he appears as Ravan. So when he appears as Ravan, again he's killed by Ramachandra. His arrows and everything killed Ravan. So why he did not get liberation?
Because he was cursed. He was cursed to take another birth.
Yeah, that's part of the reason, but the thing is he wasn't absorbed in the sweetness and beauty of Krishna. Ramachandra had sweetness, but it wasn't actually the sweetness of Krishna. He wasn't totally absorbed. It's a very important part, absorption here. Follow? So then he merged again. Ramachandra, Ravan, he did not get liberation. But then all of a sudden, Shishupal came. Shishupal came and he started to blaspheme Krishna. Right? How many times? 108 names. 108 times he blasphemed. But he was liberated. The Sudarshan Chakra came and boom, cut him off. It said 101. I thought it was 101.
101, yeah.
I think I heard it was after 100, then that's it. No more.
101.
So he was liberated. Why? He was absorbed in the form, the complete form of Krishna. So it's a matter of seeing that and also in the Baladeva Vijayabhushan makes the point that he doesn't fall in every yuga. He doesn't come in every yuga. These are special instances. Takes a birth as, Aranyakashipu, as Ravan. It doesn't happen all the time. Otherwise, the jiva, could fall from the Loka Vrindavan. Like that. Could fall down. So he said he's taken 3 times. But the point is he's absorbed. Shishupal was absorbed in the beauty and the sweetness and the form of Krishna. So he got liberation. So of these 3 forms of Paravasta forms, Krishna, he is the topmost. He is superior. This Krishna was Bhagavan Rupa, Swayam Rupa Bhagavan. So Shishupal was thinking constantly about this form of Krishna. So then he was actually liberated. And then what form did he take? Huh? Jagai Marai. Jagai Marai. Yeah, so the 4th time was mercy. It was pure mercy. The mercy of Mahaprabhu. So that's the whole point about the mercy of, in beauty. Krishna is sweetness, is topmost. So Mahaprabhu, the particular Mahaprabhu that we're talking about, is Swayam Rupa Bhagavan Rupa. He is complete in his sweetness also. And so much so, he comes with Srimati Radhika, having a golden color.
Can I just ask you, when you said it's never come before like that,
Yes.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard it?
I've never heard that.
Never.
I tell you one thing, Gurudev on the tape, I heard it the other day, he's talking about Shamarani was giving class, and she mentioned that about Mahaprabhu coming, and she said that right in front of Gurudev, maybe it was, I don't know what it was, so she says, Mahaprabhu came, he comes only once in a day of Brahma.
Schedule incarnation.
One time. And then every day of Brahma he comes one time. This Mahaprabhu, and Gurudev didn't correct her all.
He didn't.
One time.
What did Gurudev say?
Huh?
What did Gurudev say?
She said he comes once in a day of Brahma. This Mahaprabhu.
That's the scheduled incarnation.
Didn't say anything, he didn't correct her.
But it's Mahavishnu who gives Nam in all the other Kali Yugas. Only when he comes as Mahaprabhu is he giving Nam, Prem, Vrindavan, Raghunuga Bhakti.
Has any, do you think about it. Is any incarnation you can think of besides Mahaprabhu, have they ever came to give Manjari Bhav? Never. It's not recorded. So, it's in that sense, I've seen it stated a few times, never, Prabhupada mentions it, never been offered before. So this is Danya Kali Yuga. This is a very special Kali Yuga. Yeah, according to scheduled incarnations. But he comes at his own free will. That's the point. He could come anytime. Anytime he can come. But according to the Shijami, means that he comes to a certain thing. But these are external things. He comes to bring religious principles back up to par. But this particular Mahaprabhu is very special. It's not to be taken lightly, you know. That's the point.
Like to me, it's on a personal level.
Yeah.
It's like disheartening to think that if I don't get it right this time, and I'm certainly not.
No.
That there'll be never again Mahaprabhu.
That's why, and there's a general explanation.
I understood that he goes to another universe and performs his pastimes.
Yes.
In another universe, and we get a chance to go.
Of course.
But just to think, if I don't get it now, I'll get
But who is it? Who is it? It's Swayam Bhagan Rupa. It's Swayam Rupa. It's the original Krishna. There's nothing that goes back before Krishna. Nothing. This is the highest, the topmost. There's nothing that goes back before Srimati Radhika, this Radha, with Krishna. Nothing before. This is the original. So that never doesn't mean, it means in a general way, it means when we say it's not offered before, or it's offered in what, every Brahma, it comes like that. That's according to scheduled thing. He came. He'll come again, according to schedule. But he's not bound to it.
no avatar of Bhavan is bound.
No bound. Right. So that's why it says Danya Kali Yuga. This is a very, very special Kali Yuga. You have to see that we actually have got mercy that we can't even fathom.
That I appreciate. All that I do.
And so the thing is, we never offered before. That doesn't mean, if I don't get it this time, I won't get it. You will get it, according to the Guru's mercy. Mahaprabhu takes the form of a guru. This is his Guru Lila, his Acharya Lila. He comes to give it. So we should never be discouraged like, he's never given the taste. What we're tasting, what Gurudev was explaining was the taste, Unato Jala Ras, the most elevated Ras, a Madhurya Ras. That's being given. If we see the urgency of that, you see that, maybe we'll cry more like that. It's just like it said that Ramachandra, they felt separation from Ramachandra, the trees and stuff like that. They were crying in separation. But he says the difference in Ramachandra and Krishna and the gopis were always crying in separation. Continuously. The trees were always crying. Everything was crying in separation. So that Vipralambha Buddha, Mahaprabhu, it's very, very unique, rare, and what he's giving is it's special. It's so special.
Are there more Danya Kali Yugas coming again or not?
It's irrelevant to even think about it. We're in the Danya Kali Yuga now. Why do you want to wait to another Danya Kali Yuga? You know what I mean? We're getting the mercy now, you know. So if there is a Danyan Kali Yuga, another Kali Yuga, okay. But we got something very, very special. You know? So special. What Prabhupada came to give, he came to give us, the name. Oh yeah, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Well, you can take that as a general way, chant Hare Krishna and be happy and things like that. But to go deep into the name that Mahaprabhu came to give, wow. And what Gurudev explains, you see? So we shouldn't be discouraged by, he never offered before. It's not that it's a negative sense. There's a negative and there's a positive. The positive thing is that it's so rare. So rare. That rarity you can't measure. So, Narpita Charim Jara. Karunayab Atirnaklo. The most merciful incarnations. I can imagine when Prabhupada when he was installing, remember Nitai Gaur in Atlanta? And he just was stunned, he stopped and was crying, his face turned his color and everything else. Amazing, huh? He was just stunned and think about how merciful Nitai Gaur was to bring this in this age. And Prabhupada actually gave us, he put Nitai and Gaur in there. Okay, people may say, well, yeah, we're absorbed in Gauranga. So you see Gauranga here, but you don't see Nitai. So why not Nitai? But he's there. Guru. Yes. So the thing is like, it's so important to understand.
I still want to do research because I still
That's okay, no problem. You're going to get it. Don't worry, you'll never... But it's rare. The ras, the sweetness is ras. Because Krishna is superior to even Ram and Nishinga, who were full in all powers. Nishinga was full in 6 powers, he was powerful. And then Ramachandra was more sweeter, but this Krishna was the sweetest, his sweetness. So what he came to give us, if we taste that, oh my God, we really, if we tasted it, we die, No, like Gurudev said, if we get prema in this body, we'd leave it in a moment. So like that. And Mahaprabhu himself said, na prema gandosti. I don't even have a scent. Prema, huh?
What's Radharani?
Yeah, there's this mood. Radhabhav, she was saying. Anyway, that's some of my thoughts. You don't have to agree with me.
I have a good point.
It's not a matter of agreeing, it's a matter of everything I understand.
Yeah. But, I thought about this for a long time, and I know Prabhupada said it several times, he's never offered before. I've seen it in books. And then sometimes they say, very, very offered. So I always thought, never offered. Why does he say that? Is that a mistake? No, it's not a mistake.
And Gurudev read just recently the lecture that he said that it says Achirat for a very, very long time.
Very long time.
And that's really what it means. That it's almost eternal, it seems like forever, but it became very wrong. Last day of Rome. Last 20
Yeah.
whatever.
He came on schedule. He said, he just scheduled, no problem like that. But he comes on his own free will.
That I accept too.
Right. There's a scheduled time that he came, in Kali Yuga. And the golden avatar, why is it called golden avatar? He descends into this world. Yeah. So this can be everybody will argue. I mean, so many people say no.
Because it's the
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Yeah, who could give it? Advaitacharya, he was the topmost Pandit in India. Who can give it? Mahaprabhu. Destroy the whole universe. Anyway, that particular point is very controversial, but that's what I feel. That if it's so rare, you can't measure it. For a long time means what? If you start measuring the time, when Mahaprabhu says Yugayitam Nimishena, what is a Nimishena? Would the gopis felt Nimishena? Separation.
Here's a question. Mahaprabhu came.
Right, yeah.
Now, does he go to another universe?
Yeah.
When he goes to another universe and he appears there, he's appeared before in this universe.
Yeah.
So if he goes to another universe, are they going to say he never before appeared again? Before first time? He's appeared in this universe.
Right.
He
goes to another universe.
So,
He can go to unlimited forms because he's Krishna Bhagawan.
what?
It's not that when he goes to another...
They say that in the next universe?
When he goes to another universe, that doesn't mean the other universe becomes void. Krishna, when he was with the gopis, right, in Rasalila, it was the same Krishna.
Yeah, but they're going to say in the next universe that this is the first time they ever came?
I don't know, I can't speak their language.
Why not?
They will. It's the first time he ever came.
Yeah, but in the
Danyakali.
next universe, they're going to say the same thing. It's the same application, it's the same Krishna, it's the same Mahaprabhu.
It's ever, in other words, to make it simple, just say, it's ever fresh. Okay? Rather than saying it's never, we'll say it's ever fresh, okay? The sweetness.
Yeah, but everything's ever fresh. Even the material world is always changing.
Never doesn't have to be a bad thing. Okay?
You're ever fresh.
So anyway, Haribo, I guess I confused him. Itaigo. Haribo. Jaiho.
Very wonderful.
Yeah, it's so wonderful. Radha. He's bringing Radha. We didn't even get into the three different types of desires that he had. Three different types. Jai Ho.